Hi, this is James from Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to look at the 2 to 4 player game Imhotep by Cosmos Games. So let's go down to the table, I'll give you a brief overview of the rules, and we'll come back and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, so this is the initial setup of Imhotep. And what I wanted to show you real quick was how nice the production quality is on here. Even in the inside of the box has really cool art in it. And you also get really thick cardboard tiles with the game, and you get these really cool wooden cubes. So the production quality is really nice on this game. But basically the story of the game is you're going to be playing as Imhotep, and you're trying to complete these different things. And you're going to transport your different quarry materials by boat across to these different places to complete these different monuments. And the cool thing about this game is none of these ships, which I'm going to show you in a second, are actually yours. So you can piggyback off of other players or ruin their ideas or ship them to a different location that they weren't intending. So it's really cool. It's really high player interactivity because of that. So let's go ahead and go over how the game plays. When you start out, the first player is going to get 2 stones. The second player is going to get 3. Third player is going to get 4. And the fourth player is going to get all 5 of their stones. You're going to start off by flipping over this card here, and this card is going to tell you which boats are going to be available. And you'll notice that when I grab these boats, you're going to have 2 boats that can handle 3 quarry tiles and 2 boats that can handle 2, and this will change each round. So I'll grab those boats. They'll come here. Now, just so you know the assortment, other than that, there's going to be 2 4 quarry boats, and another 3, and a 1 boat, which is interesting. It can get you your quarry tile over really quick, but of course you're not going to get that many. So after you get the initial boats out, you're going to go ahead and flip these cards over and put 4 here. And this is going to go into your market. Let's make sure I get some different one here. There we go. Okay, and then that sets up your round. And now each player is going to go ahead and take their turns in turn order until they're done. So your turn, you must carry out exactly 1 of 4 different actions. You can get new stones. You can take up to 3 stones of your color and put them in your quarry, which these are your personal quarries right here, down here. And you notice, like, the last player, you won't be able to do that, but you won't actually want to get them. You want to get these off first. The next thing is you can place 1 of your stones on one of the ships. So let's say I'm the first player here, and I'll be like, okay, well, I'll go ahead and place my stone on that guy. All right. Okay, the next action you can do is you can sail 1 ship to a site. Now, with this, you have to have at least the minimal of stones on the ship. Now, it's like this 3 one. You're going to have at least 2 stones on the ship before you can ship it out. Okay? And the site that you're trying to go to, of course, has to have an open dock. So once you move the ship here, no other ship can move there. And like this little 2 one only requires 1 stone to get moving. The ships are then unloaded by their owners. So let's say I have, this is the configuration on this one. I ship it and I place it, let's say, on this one. So the ships then, once this happens, is unloaded by the owners, and it goes in order from front to back, delivered to the site, beginning with the stone placed closest to the front. So this is going to be the front of the boat, so this will be the first stone placed. And this one here, you're actually covering the sarcophagus. There's different, I'll go over each one of these in a second, but basically I would place mine, then this one, the white player would place theirs, and then the gray player places that one. So we'll go over what happens when you do that in that location, but that's your third action. All right, so the fourth action you can do is play one blue market card, if you have one of them. And the way you're going to get these blue market cards is actually going to be docking your ship up there. But you can play one blue market card per turn only. You can't play multiple, so you have to be a little strategic about it. And then you just put them in the discard pile, which will be wherever you want it to be after you've played it. So those are the 4 different actions you can take in general. And at the end of the round, when all the ships have been sailed to their sites, the round immediately ends. Now the temple is assessed for all the visible stones. We're going to go ahead and go over each one. So basically, the temple will be assessed, and we'll do the temple first. So let's go ahead and just place some stuff out here. So these here, and I'll put one there. Okay, so when the temple is assessed, you only assess it for the visible ones, so the ones if you're looking top down. So when you're going to do this, you're going to get points for each one underneath it also. So this white player will get 2 points because there's one underneath it. The black cube player will get 1 point here, and the red cube player will get 2 points. One for each of these. So that's basically how that works, and that scores at the end of each round. Then you're going to prepare for the next round. You're going to flip this guy over, and you're going to get your new ships out, and you're going to replace all the market cards up there with new market cards, and all stones that are placed on sites and supply shed tokens stay in place. So all the stuff that's already out here is just going to stay where it is. And the game ends at the end of 6 rounds. And you're going to score all the sites, and the player with the highest amount of points wins. I'm just going to briefly go over each of these tiles now. Now, I will say there's a side A and a side B to each of these sides. We're just going to go over the side A. The side B you can play after you play it a couple times. You can go to those. We'll go to the simplest ones first. So up here, I did forget to mention that that's your scoring track. Just simply, you can move your cube along, and that's how you keep track of your points during the game. Nothing special there. When you land on this site in order, you can pick up cards. So the gray player could grab this one. The white player will be like, I want this one. The gray player can grab that one. So that's easiest tile to resolve. You're just getting stuff. The next one up we're going to go to is the pyramids. When you go to the pyramids, let's go ahead and reset this guy for that. Okay, so for the pyramid one, when you place onto the pyramid, you immediately score points. So you place your stone next onto the next free space on the pyramid. The stones are placed column by column. Placement of the stones begins at the top left, which is up here. And let's say I put it in here. I'm going to immediately score 2 points for that one. When the first level of stones is completely filled, you're going to do a 3x3 stones, and you can continue building the second level and keep on going, and then after that you're going to do 2x2, and then you're going to have a single one on top. So the cool thing about this one is if you look over here, here's your points for the second level, and here's your points for the top level. You're just going to immediately score ones. Like the gray player will get 2, the player gets 2, and the gray player gets 2, and then there's 1, 4, 1, 3, 3, 3, and then the next one's 2, 1, 3, 3, and then the last one's 4. So that is how to score on the pyramid, just simply. And we already went over the temple. The temple will immediately score at the end of every round. This one, you're just going to simply look at what's on top, and you get how many points for however many underneath. So this one again is 2, 1, 1, 1. So that is the temple. The next up is the burial chamber. And the burial chamber, for each stone delivered here, the owner of the stone earns points at the end of the game. So you don't get them until the end. And stones are placed column by column. Again, this starts at the top left. That's going to be for all these. And so on. So the scoring on the points on here, you can see on the grid, and you get points, number of connected stones. So if I have 2, then I get 3 points. If I have 3, I get 6 points, and so on, and they can be broken up and all over the place. So you can get different clusters of points. And the last one is the Obelisk, which I like a lot. So the Obelisk is just you're simply just stacking your color tiles on top. So at the end, you get points based on how high your obelisk is. So with this guy, and this is the different player count, so if I'm the tallest, I get 15, second it's going to be 10, third's going to be 5, and fourth is going to be 1 point. So that's simply obelisk, how that guy works. So that's a general overview of the game. That's how it plays. Let's go back up to the table and I'll give you my final thoughts on Imhotep. So Imhotep, it is a really interesting game. I like the thought that you have to put through when you fill the ships to go to the different locations and all the different interactions that can occur at each of the different locations. I like the fact that there's a side A and a side B to each of the sides of the locations. I like the component quality of this game is amazing. The game, I will say, can be very mean because you can ship other people's ships if you fill the quota or fill the ship, and you can take it to an area that they weren't really intending to go. So things like, for example, when you need to build the obelisk, it's just the tallest up, and you can be like, well, I'm not going to win the obelisk, but every time I get a chance, I'm going to sail that opponent's ship down there. So, you know, their cubes that they're trying to amass on the larger ships are going down there. There's all different things you can do in the game. There's a lot of strategy to Imhotep. I would recommend it through the overview, if you thought this was a game for you. It is really well done. Just keep in mind that some people may not like the fact that you could take effectively their hard work and change it. So that's my only caveat with Imhotep. It's a lot of fun. So if you're okay with that, I would recommend giving it a play. Thanks for watching.